Good morning, friends. I, Dr. V. M. Tidke, Sanjeevani College of Engineering, Department of MBA, welcomes you all. Let us continue our studies of Unit number 2 in Decision Science. So, in Unit 2, that is Transportation and Assignment, today we are going to learn the general procedure to solve the transportation problem. So, at the end of the session, every student will be able to understand the general procedure of solving transportation problem. Friends, by this time you are very clear with what are the various terminologies used in transportation table. Number one was transportation table. Transportation table is a small table whereby you are going to have the information about the demand and supply from a source to destination along with the per unit transportation cost associated with the same. Okay, the same transportation table is said to be balanced transportation table if the total demand and total supply is equal, and the same table is said to be unbalanced table if the total demand is not equal to total supply. Okay, and the same thing we have moved further by doing or identifying the initial feasible solution. An initial feasible solution was the solution which is fulfilling the condition of demand and supply, whereas that may or may not be a optimal solution. Whereas a optimal solution is the solution which optimizes or minimizes the cost of transportation. Okay, you can get the initial feasible solution with the help of three methods. One was NWCM method, that is northwest cost method. Second one was least cost method, and last one was the WAM method, that is Vogel's approximation method. Okay, and similarly you also have the possibility of identifying the optimal feasible solution with the help of two methods. One is stepping stone method, another one is a Modi method. Okay, now let us move further to understand the general procedure to solve the transportation problem. So these are the number of steps that are supposed to be followed before solving a transportation problem. Step number one, define the objective or function to be minimized. In majority of the cases in transportation, the objective would be to minimize the cost of transportation. Number two, step number two, set up the transportation table with m number of rows representing the sources and n number of columns representing the destinations. Remember friends, second step is to develop transportation table, and while developing a transportation table you have to remember that row wise you have to use sources or information of sources, and column wise you have to remember the information of destinations. Okay, moving further, step number 3 is add dummy row or dummy column if required. Now the idea is very clear. If the transportation table is a balanced transportation table, there is no need of adding dummy row or dummy column. But if the transportation table is not balanced, you will have to add dummy row or dummy column. And how to identify transportation table to be balanced or unbalanced? It can be identified by finding out the total demand and total supply. If total demand is equal to total supply, it is a balanced problem. If total demand is not equal to total supply, it is an unbalanced problem. And then you will add a dummy row or dummy column with zero transportation cost. Moving further, step number 4. Develop the initial feasible solution by using either a NWCM method or LCM method or WAM method. What are these methods? We will be learning soon with the help of some problems. Okay. Next, step number 5. Examine the feasibility of the initial solution. Whichever initial solution you will be arriving at with the help of any of these three methods, you have to find out the feasibility of that. How to identify the feasibility? For that you have to you have to find the solution is feasible if it has m plus n minus 1 independently occupied cells. आपका जो ट्रांसपोर्टेशन प्रॉब्लम होता है वो feasible तभी होता है if initial feasible solution has m plus n minus 1 number of independently occupied cells. Independently occupied cells कौन से होते हैं friends? They are the cells which are vacant. Okay, you will come to know the moment we will solve the problem. Then step number 6, टेस्ट द सोल्यूशन. अगर सोल्यूशन फिजिबल है तभी टेस्ट द सोल्यूशन फॉर ऑप्टिमैलिटी बाय फाइंडिंग आउट द अपॉर्चुनिटी कॉस्ट फॉर ऑल द अनऑक्यूपाइड और एम्प्टी सेल्स. ओके, non-negativity opportunity cost for all the empty cells indicate that the solution is optimal. Now the step number 6 is you have to test the solution for optimality, जिसके लिए आपको opportunity cost ढूंढना पड़ेगा. opportunity cost किसका निकलता है? सभी अनऑक्यूपाइड या एम्प्टी सेल्स का निकलता है. ओके, और वो अपॉर्चुनिटी कॉस्ट जिसको हम डेल्टा बोलते हैं, अगर नॉन निगेटिव आया तो हमारा जो सोल्यूशन है वो ऑप्टिमल है. ओके, then step number 7, if the solution is not optimal we will improve it by using stepping stone method or मोदी मेथड. अगर आपका सोल्यूशन ऑप्टिमल नहीं है तो आपको फिर से स्टेपिंग स्टोन मेथड से या मोदी मेथड से उसको ऑप्टिमल करना पड़ेगा. ओके, स्टेप नंबर 8, repeat the steps 4, 5 and 6 until an optimal solution is obtained. आपको स्टेप नंबर 4, 5 और 6 तब तक करने पड़ेंगे जब तक आपको ऑप्टिमल सॉल्यूशन नहीं मिलता है. So these are the number of steps that are involved in the process of developing a transportation table. I hope you have understood the video. So kindly list down the various steps involved in the process of solving a transportation problem. Thanks for watching the video. If you have any doubts to be asked, you can contact me in the below mentioned details. Thank you for watching. Have a nice time.